Crowd of boys. Peace. What's good with you boys out there? Come to talk to you boys today about semen retention and spiritual connectivity and the crossing over to your new realm of reality. And I've been reserved a little bit on dropping audios that I have geared up to be posted and stuff like that. And it's all because of I've been doing some reading, some deeper diving into my spiritual journey, taking a little bit of time off to pour more back into myself. That's what Spirit led me to do. And also I've been doing various work on my own landscape business and stuff like that. I've been very busy this season with different projects regarding my landscaping business. So when I get home, doing content and recording is kind of a drag, but, I got all this abundance of energy. And, I like to pour it back into myself instead of just giving and serving customers and, doing all that stuff. I know I got YouTube going on, but, you guys can hold on for a little second. You know what I mean? Be patient. All right. You guys are patient with yourselves on this journey. If you are, you dig what I'm saying? Be a little patient with your brother over here with this content. All right. But as I've been studying and noting different things regarding spirituality and being on this journey on semen retention, and, once again, gearing up content just because I'm not dropping the content or uploading, because, editing and all that stuff plays a part when you're doing YouTube. The most I have time for is taking notes, studying, gaining the knowledge for self first, and then, deciding to chop up the content and, give it to you in the form that's suitable for this platform. You dig? So all that takes time, brothers. Okay? During my studying, during, listening to some lectures also, like I've been really doing deeper diving onto my personal journey. So I've been listening to lectures and stuff like that. And one of the things I did come across, and in sharing with you guys that are on the semen retention journey that we can all connect to when we talk about spirit. You dig? Something that we can all connect to is something that was talked about, and it was talked about the bridge. In spirituality, when you are on the path, the spiritual path, there's a bridge you must cross over when you're doing the necessary work. And as you cross that bridge, once you cross over the bridge and the path that you are walking on behind you disappears. There's no going back. There's no turning around. You get to a point on the journey where if you turn around, it can cause a spiritual death. This is a connection also to the same as said of our semen retention journey. And I understand how guys can say, semen retention can be placebo and is all a mind thing, and it's not really, because there's certain things I'll touch on later on in the content and not get too crazy with it. But there's something to be said there with how semen retention does correlate and benefits and boosts certain benefits about yourself in the physical. That's what's always talked about. But when we dive deeper into the spiritual connectivity, okay, the breaking and crossing over into other realms and how your mind shifts, how your thinking becomes more clearer, your decision making becomes more sharper. All right, we're going to keep on going. When they talk about the bridge and on this journey of semen retention, we are bridging a gap. a literal gap here that is emptiness within us, because we were once accustomed to releasing and releasing. We were emptying ourselves of our fluids, our natural juices flowing through our bodies that are gearing us to move with a certain spirit, to move with pureness, to move with clear thinking. We are now connecting back to semen retention, and we are bridging that gap that was. So as we start to walk away from certain things, hence while we're on semen retention, we're walking away from women, we're walking away from the pornography, we're walking away from certain things that perverted us. That bridge begins to crumble. And as we look forward, and as we continue the path, now the bridge might be, too stable, guys. You know what I mean? It's not an easy path. That's the thing. The bridge might be too stable, so you have to leave room for grace. That's why, when guys come to me and they tell me that they relapse, it's a mistake. It happens. It's a part of the journey. The journey ain't perfect. It's going to be shaky. You're going to have shaky moments. But you have to be strong enough. You have to have the will within yourself and build yourself up and have the confidence, self-confidence in yourself that you will get through. Just stay the path. Stay the journey. Don't give up. Guys email me saying that they're on the verge of giving up and everything, bro. I get it all. And I understand money is an issue with some guys. I know how it is with this economy. And, I charge for consultations. And sometimes spirit leads me to do consultations with guys that, that really might need help. So if some guys reach out and really need help, I have a filtering process. You have to reach me an email first, and then I'll go from there. But understand, guys, this literal emptiness that we once was, we have to connect back to something. If you don't know which way you're going and how to get to this bridge, then you're still just dwelling. And this is how you lead back into relapses. Spend more time connecting back to yourself. Bridging this gap of literal emptiness. That is which is the mind connectivity with the soul. This is what semen retention does. When you go on a long enough streak, and my brothers out here that are on long streaks, you understand exactly what I'm saying. This requires time. This requires work, guys. This ain't no overnight you put in a microwave real fast and do 30 days, 60 days, and you think you good. Nah, you got to put in some work. You got to put in some time. And even if you release after that time, whether it be to pornography, you start releasing with women, whatever the case may be, you still got to keep going. It doesn't just stop. But there's a crossover point. You have to make that decision for yourself. Follow me here. The particles we once found ourselves spilling aimlessly without the knowledge of the damaging effects, not just to the body, because once again, everybody nowadays is all about physique, the body, exercise, move the body around, the lifting weights, the diet. We can talk about that, the physical part of it, feeding our body and having the necessary things to, have us geared up along with our semen retention journey and having us, functioning well, healthy beings, right? But when we were releasing without that knowledge, and now that we have the knowledge, those things were also at that time detaching us, unknowingly detaching us from our natural mind state, but on a bigger scale, a disconnect with our spirits and soul. And notice I said spirits. Yes, spirits with an S. You possess different spirits if you don't know. If you haven't realized by now. Especially if you're on a long streak. Like I said, you know exactly. If you know, you know. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You have different personalities with you that you can tap into. You have an animalistic nature and you have a higher self. Semen retention connects, bridges the gap. Once again, you have to do the necessary work. Tap in with me on consultations. Reach out to me to email. To how to get to certain points on this journey, because guys are dealing with blockages. They are confused a little bit on which way to go, what semen retention is supposed to be doing for them. They've reached certain heights and they don't know how to move around the energy. You have to figure it out. If you need help figuring out, I'm willing to do that. I've been on the front line for myself and been putting in the work and still putting in the work. And I found success and I found the benefits for myself. But to pour it all out to you guys and, you know what I mean, it's not worth it right now. That's why, you know, if it's more personal things, it requires more personal work. And that's what I'm saying. And guys who are serious about the work, that's why you need to reach out. And the more you're willing to invest in it, that's how serious I know you're willing to take it. That's why I charge. It's not a get rich quick scheme or anything like that. It's just about the seriousness of the business of what it is, of what we deal with and what I deal with. I wouldn't come to you with no BS trying to sell you a dream. I'm not trying to do that. I'm not trying to get you to follow me nowhere. You know I did say follow me here, but, you know, it's just a term of saying listen. You know what I mean? Listen to me real fast. You know, hear me out. Have an open mind. All right. But I'm not suggesting anything to you to try to get you to follow me anywhere or anything like that. You feel what I'm saying? I'm trying to encourage guys to be higher versions and get to higher versions of themselves. It's all there. Proof is in the pudding. That's all I'm trying to say. You dig? The mind state and the bigger disconnect with the soul. Hence why this journey, the semen retention journey, and you hear the phrase, the soul mission or solo mission. It's for self, guys. It's for self. This journey, when you have chosen, or when chosen, however you want to reference it, is a path that only individuals willing to cross over, 3 times, willing to cross over. You have to put will in it. You have to be willing to go over to certain points, and it includes darkness. I'll put it out there like that. It includes darkness at first because you don't know exactly what's going to be the outcome. That's the point. You don't know what tomorrow brings. You're just in the now, and once when you start living now and understanding the now and appreciating the now, having gratitude for the now, things start opening up. The future starts looking brighter. Stay the path. Because this path is a path that only individuals willing to cross over can begin to put themselves first, block out noise from the outside world, and begin to not give a fuck. Simply. Unapologetically. Don't give a fuck. You hear me? Hey, look. Guys have harped on me saying certain things in my audios, the intros, or whatever case may be. It's cool. It is what it is. Then I look at the numbers on YouTube or whatever case may be in the numbers. It is what it is. After a while, you just stop giving a fuck, right? Those who will receive the message, who need the help, will reach out. Guys are absolutely right. But the thing is about it is that the real will always show the real. And once when you fall back, and true ones and real ones will show themselves. Me, I show up when I need to and help those individuals that really need the help. Guys can verify that and vouch for me. I did a consultation the other day, completely free. Was on the phone with the guy for 4 hours. You hear me? So it ain't a money thing with me. It's deeper than that. It's a lot of, it frustrates me because there's a lot of guys who are out here hustling and swindling the people. And not just regarding content, just content in general. You feel what I'm saying? And those guys get the big views. Those guys get the big bucks. But that's not my motivation. My motivation is helping the people. And I get tripped up. I get suspended. You feel what I'm saying? When I start to speak a certain way on here. Or I get flagged, or I can't, or my views are limited. You dig what I'm saying? So that's why I ask for the support. That's why I say support the channel. And I put it in the intro for the first, so you can hear it for the first time. It's about placement. But if you fuck with me and you made it this far, then I appreciate you regardless. Thank you for the view. That does something to the number, so I appreciate you. But understand, this comes from a place of not really caring anymore. Right? Because the guy in the comments, he actually commented and he said, if you really don't care, then you won't have to do it. And I say, you know what? You're absolutely right. Because I really don't care. Then it woke me up like, so I don't really have to come as consistent then with content. You did. And it just requires letting go. That's it. Because I know the importance of my content, so I value it. That's why I started doing my own deep studying. If you want to tap in with me, then tap in with me. That's it. I'm not hard to find either. Everything will be in the description. You can comment and ask for the email. I always get guys, hey, what's the email? It'd be right in the description, but I always say in the comments, I put it right there. And sometimes I get guys reach out. Sometimes I don't. It is what it is. But letting go of certain aspects, because it's ego at the end of the day, right? I'm looking at other guys and their numbers and saying, man, fuck that. All right, guys need help out here for real. You dig what I'm saying? So get the information. All right, this is not coming from a place of greed or anything like that. Guys, you need this. Guys who reach out and tell me that they need help, man, it's critical out here for real. And this is why I'm going on this little rant right here in the middle of the audio. It is what it is. Guys need help for real out here. And I'm not trying to tap anybody's pockets and check you for paper and say, yo, you got to pay me first. Listen, man, reach out. And if you can't, then, keep it. You know what I mean? We want to try to keep it brief because my time is valuable. And if I can reach out, when I got time, it's cool. You dig? But guys, we got to let go of certain aspects about ourselves, about the things that we value, that we cherish, money, monetary things, material things. We got to say, fuck it. We got to leave it behind. Spirituality has nothing to do when you're on semen retention and you're doing this for spiritual growth. You got to let go of the material world and the material things. You're crossing over into a different realm. You're trying to cross over into a spiritual realm when you're really practicing spirituality. You have to take it from a spiritual view. You got to let go. You got to let go of what you were taught before. All this requires letting go. This is the secret of getting over the hump and getting closer to crossing over that bridge. These are one of the tips, is letting go. Letting go of the fear, being judged, being lonely. Huh? Who am I talking to? In the choir, in the church. Can I get an amen? The fear of being lonely. Yes. Guys fear that. Let's be honest. But you got to be willing to go at it alone. A soul mission. A solo mission. You dig? Letting go of ego. And when I'm talking to you guys, I'm talking to myself also. I'm here by myself recording this audio, right? Hoping someone will hear this out. But I have to put in the work and actually upload it to be heard, right? So actually, I'm talking to myself at this point. I can say F it and not upload this, right? But I'm letting you guys hear it. I'm letting you guys, giving you guys these tips that are helping me, giving game to you. That has helped me along my course. along my path. And I value this and I cherish it. I just hope you guys do the same. Let go of ego. If you're willing to hear me out, have an open mind. Let go of your ego. Run this audio back to catch the keys and everything that I'm saying again. All right. Letting go of fantasy. Damn. Letting go of fantasy, that fragile mind, that boyish mind that wants, yeah, I don't want to get too graphic. I don't want to go there. I don't want to trigger anybody. But you understand what I'm talking about. Earlier when I talked about, certain stories and, emptying ourselves out. Like, I have stories in the 20s, in my younger days before, semen retention. Like, I was able to attract women then. And that's what I was saying before. I get guys that talk about the placebo thing and say it's all a mind thing when you start to talk about the attraction and how women, I never had an issue with women. All right. And, I've always, I don't want to brag about myself. It's not an ego thing. It's not about this, but this is a serious note because guys have to understand that they just automatically think once we're on semen retention, attraction is automatically going to be there. And it doesn't work like that. And it can be, once again, blockages there are blocking you from attraction. Okay. But another thing is that, if you have already been attractive or have, been handsome, certain aspects about you, especially with the physical, how we are born is how we are born. We can't control that. So some people are just born with naturally good looks. I mess with numerology too, and my life path happens to be a number that has to deal with being an attractive life path. That's just a part of how things go in the natural world. You feel what I'm saying? Some people have natural looks. Some people have to glow up. And being on semen retention, already being, a handsome person and a handsome individual, whatever the case may be, the glow up enhances even more and is even more attractive. You dig what I'm saying? So, my stories come from a place when I do drop them of already having certain aspects of me. So I have an advantage. I'm sorry to say it like that. But, with semen retention to glow, I can really tell the difference. Like, it's more put out there. You dig what I'm saying? And then people just upright just telling me up front to my face instead of, before it was kind of like a secret thing, or if I just different in my 20s. All right. And I have stories of the 20s where, I once dwelled, in a dark place, just moving crazy, on demon time, if you will. All right. With women in an aspect, you know what I mean? And, fantasies and playing out fantasies and stuff like that, taking advantage of women and shit like that. A lot of that shit is overrated, bro. That's all I want to say. You feel what I'm saying? Once again, tap in with me, on personal consultations, because listen, I'm real. I reveal stuff about myself, but, I'm not going to do all that on YouTube. You dig what I'm saying? Certain guys don't really mess with me like that, on YouTube to, for me to be all personable like that. You feel what I'm saying? But when I connect with guys, once again, on consultations and stuff like that, when it's one-on-one and they reveal personal things with me and they open up, hey, listen, I'm willing to open up too. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. You feel what I'm saying? But yeah, letting go of fantasy. And that's hard for some guys because guys want to play out their fantasy. All right. Guys, you got to let some of that shit go, man. Grow up. You're holding on to stuff that doesn't really matter. And you're holding on to stuff from your past also. You got to let it go. Letting go of women, the idea of women, the aspect of women in your life right now. You hear me? I'm going to say it again. Letting go of women, the idea of women, or what you think women are, the aspect of women in your life right now. Having no chicks in your phone. You got to dead it. If you're really serious about your semen retention journey, you want to really get back to it. Disconnect from everybody. I'm talking everybody, family, all that. Self, you, but women in particular on our semen retention journey. This is what it leads, when we talk about semen retention and really breaking away from, certain acts, you got to do this, bro. You got to break away from the women, the aspect of women, and the idea of them. in your life, how they play a role. Now, I'm a big advocate of communication with women. And the best that you can communicate with women, because sometimes women cannot communicate because it's sometimes all about them. Not all women. I'm not saying that about all women. It's just the modern woman. All right. I'm a big advocate with communication with women, but follow me here. Listen to me. With women, as this gives you a balance, this communication, this energy exchange of maybe eye contact, a conversation. That's it. That's all I'm talking about. Okay? Friendship. A homie. Little sis. Big sis. Auntie. These are some of the figures we can upstand and hold our women, young women, and older women to. Respect. Draw a boundary and a line with these women. You control that, my guys. You control that. You have that power. Women are just human beings like us, my boys. There's no reason to be intimidated by them, scared, or nervous, or avoiding. A lot of guys, try to duck women because they're, trying to protect their energy. I know. There's Jezebels out here. I know. Women want you for your energy. I know. Women want you for your money. I know. So you want to avoid them. You want to duck them. Why you ducking? Why you hiding, my nigga? You are the dominant force. Why are you hiding? Why are you moving like that? Why are you avoiding women? Why are you scared? Why are you nervous? I don't know about you, but I've ascended and descended from a different realm. You dig? I know the power that I have, and understanding you're him. You're that too. You just got to be willing to do the work. You're better than them, gentlemen. Truth be told. And you're better than that. Yeah, you're better than that. You better than to be doing what you're doing on that screen all because of women. You're better than that. Guys, certain points where you go on this journey, there's no turning back. You can't. Once you get accustomed to this lifestyle and a routine, and you start to build yourself back, and you start to carry yourself with a dominant force, you are the dominant force. And once when you carry this force around with you, and you're harboring this force, man, you have to have that mindset. Women will use you because they have the mindset that you are beneath them. They can use you. Think about that. Guys, start to shift. Stop paying attention to all the women attraction and all that other shit that's on this YouTube platform about semen retention. Tapping back into your masculinity. I got more audios coming. I might even drop 2 today. After this one drop, I might drop another one. All right. But with all that said, as always, with love and peace.